The latest Lifetime movie, Mormon Mom Gone Wrong, the Ruby Franke story, has sparked controversy even before its release. Sherry Franke, the eldest daughter of the film's subject Ruby Franke, has publicly condemned the project. She took to Instagram to express her anger and distress. Her words were raw, emotional, and impossible to ignore. Sherry's post sent shockwaves through social media. Her followers and the public alike were drawn into the heart of a family's very public breakdown. This wasn't just a movie premiere, it was a real-life drama unfolding in real time. Ruby Franke, once a beloved family vlogger, rose to fame sharing glimpses of her seemingly idyllic life with her husband and 6 children. But behind the curated online persona, a dark secret festered. The facade crumbled when shocking allegations of child abuse came to light. Ruby and her business partner, Jodi Hildebrandt, were arrested and charged with multiple counts of child abuse. The details of the case, as they emerged, were horrifying. The world watched, captivated and appalled, as the story of the Mormon Mom Gone Wrong took center stage. For Sherry Franke, the Lifetime movie trailer wasn't just a promotional clip, it was a traumatic trigger. She described stumbling upon it unexpectedly while in class. The images and sound bites intended to entice viewers sent her into a tailspin of anxiety. "I had an anxiety attack," she shared candidly with her followers. Sherry's outrage wasn't just about her own emotional well-being, it stemmed from a deep-seated concern for her siblings. The Lifetime movie, she argued, wouldn't just reopen old wounds, it would inflict new ones. "This movie is trash," she declared, her words laced with both anger and anguish, "and only hurts my siblings more." Adding insult to injury was the revelation that the Franke family had not been consulted about the movie. No one from Lifetime had reached out to Sherry, her siblings, or any other family members to seek their input or consent. "None of us were contacted about the movie," Sherry revealed, her words heavy with betrayal. The case of Ruby Franke and the subsequent Lifetime movie throws a harsh spotlight on the often uneasy relationship between real-life tragedy and entertainment. At what point does the public's right to know, to be informed and perhaps even entertained, infringe on the privacy and well-being of those involved, especially when it comes to children? The very nature of true crime, of delving into the darkest corners of human behavior, carries inherent ethical complexities. When the subjects of these stories are thrust into the public eye, often against their will, the lines between information and exploitation can blur. Sherry Franke's revelation that her family was not consulted about the Lifetime movie adds another layer of ethical complexity to the situation. The lack of consent, especially given the sensitive nature of the subject matter and the involvement of children, is a glaring red flag. Consent, in this context, goes beyond simply obtaining legal rights to tell a story. It's about acknowledging the agency and ownership that individuals, even those caught in the midst of tragedy, have over their own narratives. Trauma, especially childhood trauma, casts a long shadow. It's not a wound that simply heals with time. Its effects can linger for years, shaping perceptions, relationships, and mental well-being. When a family's trauma is thrust into the public eye, the ripple effects can be far-reaching and deeply damaging. For Sherry Franke and her siblings, the Lifetime movie represents a reopening of old wounds. The fact that none of the proceeds from the Lifetime movie will be going to the Franke children or any organization supporting abuse survivors adds a particularly bitter irony to the situation. It begs the question, who ultimately benefits from the telling of this story? While Lifetime is well within its rights to produce and air the film, the decision to not share any of the profits with those most affected by the events depicted raises ethical concerns about exploitation. It reinforces the perception that the network is more interested in capitalizing on a sensational story than in contributing to the well-being of the individuals involved. The rise of social media, particularly platforms like YouTube and Instagram, ushered in a new era of celebrity, the family vlogger. Families like the Frankies built massive followings by offering glimpses into their seemingly idyllic lives. Their carefully curated feeds, filled with smiling faces, home-cooked meals, and wholesome activities, tapped into a deep-seated societal fascination with the idea of the perfect family. In a world often perceived as chaotic and uncertain, these online spaces offered a sense of comfort, aspiration, and escapism. The Franca case serves as a stark reminder that the curated perfection often presented on social media rarely reflects the complexities of real life. Behind the filters, the carefully staged photo shoots, and the upbeat captions, families face the same struggles, conflicts, and challenges as anyone else. The pressure to maintain a flawless online persona, to project an image of constant happiness and success, can be immense. This pressure can lead individuals to hide their struggles, to present a distorted version of reality, and to prioritize online validation over genuine connection and well-being. The downfall of the Franca family, played out in the public eye, underscores the double-edged sword of family vlogging. While these online platforms can offer a sense of community, connection, and even financial opportunity, they also come with risks, particularly when personal struggles become public fodder. The very nature of vlogging, of sharing intimate details of one's life with a vast and often anonymous audience, creates a blurring of boundaries between public and private. This can be particularly challenging for children who are often too young to consent to the exposure and potential consequences of their lives being documented online. In the face of this impending Lifetime movie, Sherry Franca's voice rings out, raw and full of anguish. She's not a detached observer to this story, she's a daughter grappling with the very public exploitation of her family's pain. Her pleas are not those of a celebrity seeking to control a narrative, they are the desperate cries of someone trying to protect herself and her siblings from further harm. Please do not support this movie, she implores her followers, her words echoing the sentiment she expressed earlier. This movie is trash. Sherry's plea goes beyond simply expressing her own hurt and anger. It's a call to action, an appeal to a sense of collective responsibility. She's asking viewers to think critically about the content they consume, to consider the real-life consequences of supporting a film that profits from her family's trauma. In a media landscape saturated with true crime documentaries, docuseries, and dramatizations, it's easy to become desensitized to the real lives behind these stories. Sherry's plea is a stark reminder that these are not just narratives to be consumed and forgotten. They involve real people, real families, grappling with the aftermath of devastating events. Section 15, Seeking Justice, Seeking Healing. Sherry's public stance against the Lifetime movie is just one facet of a larger journey, a journey towards healing, justice, and reclaiming her own narrative. She's been vocal about her family's ordeal, using her platform to shed light on the abuse they endured and to advocate for herself and her siblings. None of the proceeds are going to the kids, she points out, highlighting the crass reality of the situation. While the network profits from their story, the children, the true victims in this scenario, receive no support, no acknowledgement of the harm inflicted upon them. This injustice fuels Sherry's determination to seek a different kind of justice, the kind that comes from breaking the silence, from exposing the truth, and from refusing to let others profit from her family's pain without consequence. Her voice joins a growing chorus of individuals who are reclaiming their narratives, challenging the ways in which trauma is often exploited for entertainment. Her journey is also one of personal healing. She's been open about her struggles with anxiety and the emotional toll of her family's situation. But amidst the pain, there's a glimmer of hope. She speaks of finding solace in therapy, in her faith, and in her determination to live a full and meaningful life. Her story is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, to the power of finding one's voice in the face of adversity, and to the importance of seeking support and healing from the wounds of the past. Section 16, Finding Strength in Adversity. Sherry Franca's world was turned upside down when the truth about her family came to light. The idyllic life portrayed in their vlogs was shattered, replaced with the harsh reality of abuse and betrayal. But Sherry chose a different path, one marked by resilience and a determination to heal. Sherry turned to therapy for support. She recognized the need to process her complex emotions and to begin the process of rebuilding her life. Sherry's faith has also been a source of strength and solace. Her faith offers a sense of hope and a path towards healing. It's a testament to Sherry's inner strength that she's navigated such a challenging period with grace and determination. Section 17. Embracing life's beauty. Despite the turmoil in her life, Sherry Franke refuses to let the darkness define her. She's made a conscious decision to embrace life's beauty, to find joy in the everyday moments, and to create a future filled with hope and possibility. It's a powerful reminder that even in the face of unimaginable pain, the human spirit can find a way to heal and to thrive. In her Instagram posts, Sherry often shares glimpses into her life. Moments of laughter with friends, adventures exploring new places, quiet reflections amidst nature's beauty. These snapshots are not meant to gloss over the pain of the past, but rather to showcase her determination to find joy in the present moment. This conscious decision to embrace life is a form of resistance, a refusal to let the trauma define her or to dictate the terms of her future. It's about reclaiming her agency, her power to choose how she wants to live her life. Sherry's journey is an inspiration to anyone who has ever experienced trauma or adversity. It's a reminder that healing is not linear, that there will be good days and bad days, but that it's possible to find joy and beauty even in the midst of pain. It's about choosing hope, even when it feels impossible, and about finding the strength to keep moving forward one step at a time. Section 18. A beacon of hope. Sherry Franke's story is both deeply personal and universally resonant. It's a story about the complexities of family, the devastating impact of abuse, and the long, arduous journey of healing. But it's also a story about resilience, about the power of the human spirit to find hope and strength even in the darkest of times. Sherry's willingness to share her story, to be vulnerable and honest about her struggles, makes her a beacon of hope for others who have experienced similar traumas. Her voice breaks through the silence that often surrounds abuse, offering solace and validation to those who have felt alone in their pain. Her journey reminds us that healing is possible, that there is life after trauma. It encourages us to reach out for support, to seek professional help, to find solace in our faith or in whatever brings us comfort. It reminds us that we are not defined by our pasts, that we have the power to create a brighter future for ourselves. Sherry's story also highlights the importance of empathy and compassion. It challenges us to look beyond the headlines, to see the human beings behind the stories, and to offer support and understanding to those who have been through unimaginable pain. It's a call for greater awareness about the prevalence of abuse, the need for prevention and intervention, and the importance of creating a society where survivors feel safe to speak their truth and to seek justice. Section 19, Beyond the Headlines. The saga of the Franke family transcends mere entertainment news. It reflects our fascination with the lives of others through social media. The allure of the perfect family blinds us to the human cost of public scrutiny. Sherry Franke's plea to boycott the Lifetime movie carries a broader message. It's a call to look beyond sensationalized headlines and acknowledge real lives. Behind every viral story, there are individuals grappling with real consequences. Sherry and her siblings navigate healing under public scrutiny. Their story reminds us that family wounds run deep and leave lasting scars. The Lifetime movie risks reopening those wounds for entertainment. Balancing public interest with individual privacy is challenging. Sherry's story underscores the need for sensitivity and empathy. Section 20. A call for ethical storytelling. The case of Ruby Franke and the ensuing Lifetime movie should serve as a catalyst for a much-needed conversation about ethical storytelling in the digital age. When does the public's right to know morph into an insatiable appetite for the sensational, overshadowing the very real human cost? How do we reconcile a 24/7 news cycle with the responsibility to protect privacy and well-being? Sherry Franke's pleas remind us these are real lives, forever altered by media frenzy. Her voice joins a growing chorus demanding accountability, urging us to grapple with the ethical implications of profiting from trauma. This isn't about stifling creativity or silencing stories. It's about approaching sensitive subjects with awareness of potential consequences, prioritizing empathy over exploitation, seeking consent, and ensuring impacted voices are heard. The digital age demands a more nuanced and ethical approach to storytelling. It's time for a collective shift in perspective, recognizing that ratings and profits should never come at the expense of human dignity. The stories we tell have the power to harm or heal. Let's use that power responsibly.